Okay guys, so today we're actually in for a really cool treat. We're doing a food tour with Joe from Zenkimchi, and we're doing the Mappo food tour. It's like the ultimate barbecue experience, I believe. But anyways, Joe here is giving us a nice tour of the Mappo area, which is very well known for its food. As we know there, we saw Mappo Food Street, which is pretty cool. Now, I really want to recommend that anyone who's coming to Korea and they really want to know more like about the food and the culture, I suggest you take one of these tours, because even though we're doing quite a bit of walking right now, I'm really enjoying it, and I'm especially looking forward to the food. So let's see what surprises he has for us today.
Alright, this is Galmegi Gill, Galmegi Street. Galmegi is a cut of pork. It's what we call maybe the skirt. It's the diaphragm. It's very lean, but it's full of flavor and it's very tender. And this is the special Mappo style, which you're about to see. There's a special Mappo style of making this type of barbecue. And so it's a small street, but it is significant enough to call it Mappo Street, Galmegi Street. These are all the restaurants. They serve exactly the same thing at exactly the same price. So I don't know how they compete by yelling at you as you walk by to try to pull you in. So let's go. This is a winter dish, winter side dish. It's a cucumber and seaweed soup. Nice, it's delicious.
So we gotta make sure we
eat it fast.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorites.
Kimchi here.
We're going to share. This is Seul. This is a salt rub pork belly.
Very good.
Okay, what we have here, we have Mappo style barbecue, which is well, mostly they're known for galmegi, which is that skirt, the pig diaphragm. That's over here. We also got some Zenkimchi, which is salt rubbed pork belly. And Mappo style is that little gutter that's used for collecting the pork fat. They pour egg in there with little kimchi and a little shredded leeks in there. So now we have egg cooked in pork fat with kimchi. It doesn't get much better than that.
Now, you may remember Joe from the Hago video. Joe's actually like a food blogger, and he has his own like touring company for food. And it's really amazing. Like we took a little tour of the Mappo area, and now we're gonna do some restaurant hopping. So 3 restaurants. Right now we're doing Mappo style barbecue, and I've never seen, I want to say, pork cut this thick. So it's really delicious. I mean, not even Ogyupsal comes close to this, but it's really good.
Oh, you have to lift it up.
Rice you don't lift up. Rice you don't lift up because you're considered a beggar if you lift your bowl. Or it implies that the rice is not of good quality. But also, you ought to make sure that the rice does not touch the other food, because that's considered very gross. You can lick your spoon. You can lick your spoon as much as you want to put it back in, but if there's rice on that spoon, that's gross. This is a special type of makgeolli. It's memo goat Seul, which means buckwheat flour makgeolli. So this is made with buckwheat flours. It comes from Gangwon province, where a famous novel where the buckwheat flowers grow takes place. And so buckwheat is a really big ingredient out in that area. This is really tasty stuff.
Okay, so we're on to the second part of the Zenkimchi food tour at Mappo. And he took us to this nice place where they serve buckwheat noodles, but on top of that, they also have memil guksu. So this is kind of makgeolli made with buckwheat, and I've never had this before, but from the smell of it, it smells kind of like caramel. It smells really sweet, so I'm really, this is gonna be my first time trying it.
Traditionally, the pigs would live
Oh boy.
in a pen.
That's stronger than regular makgeolli, but it tastes better. It's really smooth. It's a little bit bitter, but at the same time it's really smooth, and I don't know, it's really good. So I suggest you guys try this.
I ordered two of the types for you guys. This is the type with the soup in it, the type with the soup out of it. Some people like it this way, some people like it this way. My favorite way is this way.
막국수, 비빔막국.
And mak means rough, right?
Yeah, 국수 means noodle.
It's not for high class people.
비빔막국수.
But you guys high
비빔 is mixed.
So I'm going to have my first taste of this. Or actually, it's my second because I already tried it, but I'm going to do it for the camera now. So, this broth is probably what sets it apart from most other restaurants. And you know what? It tastes like consomme. So it kind of has like a little chicken taste to it, kind of not spices, condiments. It's really different. It's really good. Usually it kind of tastes like water, vinegar, and pickle. No, not pickles. Well, kind of pickles and cucumbers. But this is really good. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's nutty. It's got lots of sesame seeds in it, and it tastes like consomme. It's so good. Oh my god, this is really good. It reminds me of Mexican soups with a twist of Korea. That's what it reminds me of.
What's the texture like?
It's kind of like, it's grainy, but it's not. It has a whole grain feeling, but smoother than a whole grain.
It tastes kind of earthy, right?
Depends on.
Very good. It's kind of earthy, but it's not a very strong earth. It's very subtle.
I had some friends.
I don't even feel like I can describe this. It's so different to me.
It's kind of sweet, right?
So I felt like.
I don't know if I can say sweet. I don't know. I can't describe this flavor. It's just really delicious and earthy, like Hannah said. Yes, it's sweet. It's a subtle something, and it's very delicious. Oh, and I'm supposed to have this little soup over here.
It's the same broth as what's in this one.
Okay, same broth.
Doing a separate.
Vinegary, kind of a fresh aftertaste like mint.
Do some live squid and intestines.
Wow. I've been blown away by this tour because usually I know how to explain food, and the soup is very minty. Maybe it's got ginger. So refreshing.
Alright, so the difference between makuksu, which is the Gangwon province cuisine, and North Korean naengmyeon is this. You can tell this is much darker, a little bit heartier. The flavor of the broth is much beefier. It's a stronger noodle as opposed to North Korean, which is usually the Pyongyang style or the Hamhung style. I think Pyongyang style is more of your classic, like colorless. I say color gray, light naengmyeon. Hamhung is a little more heartier. And then you go further south, right down here to Gangwon province, and you have this makuksu. Mak means sort of like rough noodles. Rustic, rough buckwheat noodles. And so this is a much heavier flavor than regular naengmyeon.
All right, so I right now am pouring makgeolli into my own glass, or I guess tin cup, and that means that the person sitting directly across from me is going to have bad luck for 3 years. It's a very unique drinking culture here in Korea. So Noe, I think that means you're going to have bad luck for 3 years. But you know what? I hope that you have excellent luck for many, many, many more years.